Someone asked who gave Jojo Siwa the mic. No, really, who gave Jojo Siwa the mic? Because at this point, we have had it. Jojo, please go on a vacation. Like, girl, it is time to take a breather. Seriously. I don't even know what's worse anymore, from her nonstop TikToks to her endless interviews where she keeps saying the wrong stuff, then the controversial rebranding, a stolen song, and beefing with everyone. She's been everywhere. Well, guys, every platform, everywhere you go right now, trust that there's enough dose of Jojo Siwa drama and someone is always interviewing her and she's always spitting. That's exactly what happened recently when someone decided to give Jojo a microphone again. In addition, all cameras were on her because it was her birthday, and by the end of this video, y'all will join me in asking just one question. Is Jojo Siwa okay? Anyways, now that she did what she did, here we are. Let's talk about it. You see, when Jojo Siwa announced making a comeback like a boomerang, this wasn't what people expected. Never thought we'd one day say we prefer the rainbow-clothed, high-energy JoJo of ex-OMG Pop. Honestly, who knew we'd miss the days of the sparkly bows and peppy dance routines? JoJo, you've got fans spinning in circles and not in the good way. It's time to switch things up or maybe just chill for a bit. Unlike Miley Cyrus, who slid into her bad girl era seamlessly, JoJo is just forcing issues at this point, you guys. She just doesn't come off as edgy as she tries to portray. In fact, I feel like JoJo knows the rebrand alone won't give her much relevance because people aren't buying it. So what will she do? Spit controversy everywhere she goes. Well, for that, we've got to give it to her that she's really kept the spotlight on her for a hot minute. Furthermore, her chaotic rebrand has kind of worked to her advantage because people have forgotten about that terrible incident earlier this year where she was exposed by ex-members of her ex-OMG Pop group alleging mistreatment. Right now, it's either her song or just her usual antics. Remember, not so long ago, she faced backlash for claiming to have invented gay pop, and dust hasn't even settled following the chaos that followed her after she released Karma. Like, she has been doing too much. But that is not all, y'all. JoJo recently turned 21, and of course she had to celebrate it. Where, you ask? Not at a club, no, not a vacation, and certainly not by releasing another song. Jojo Siwa took her busybody to Disney in Florida, and boy, didn't she do the most. First of all, this just confirms how this whole JoJo rebrand is pure BS. No, really, what was she doing at Disney when that's the life she's been trying to leave behind? Literally reminding us every chance that she gets that she's in her bad girl era. Maybe Disney is where she belongs, and the sooner she accepts it, the better. Just like an upcoming hip-hop artist whose career isn't likely to go far, Jojo Siwa started her 21st birthday with a bang. She could easily pass as a construction worker dressed like that.
At Disney in Florida. Bro is really down with them Florida antics.
Jojo's outfit could only be described as, well, let's say eclectic. She wore a cap facing backwards, giving off major Lost in the 90s vibes. Her almost oversized pair of denim shorts kinda looked distressed, like they'd been through a war. To top it off, Jojo Siwa had several chains hanging and jingling around her neck as she was about to drop the hottest mixtape of the century. And then there were the boots. They weren't just any boots, they were massive, clunky things that looked like they could stomp out a small fire. The whole outfit could easily be mistaken for an electrician's getup, ready to fix the neighborhood's electricity issues. Seriously, if she had a tool belt slung around her waist, she might have been asked to check out the faulty wiring in Disneyland. It was a look that screamed, I'm here to party, but I can also handle any electrical emergency that comes my way.
JoJo was really in the cut, dressed like a GTA Street character. Honestly, looks like a damn vibe, I can't lie.
Maybe she thought her look would even distract from the rest of her ensemble. But what really had people talking was not even the outfit, it was her behavior. You guys, JoJo was wasted at Disney, the happiest place on earth, and in her drunken stupor, she even tried to get people to sing her song, Karma. But it turns out that her tunes don't live rent-free in other people's heads like she'd hoped.
Jojo, have you learned nothing?
People were concerned, and with good reason. She stumbled around, slurring her words, severely trying to lead a crowd in a sing-along that just didn't take off. But that wasn't even the worst bit, y'all. What got people more confused was the fact that her mother, Jessalyn, was there too, looking less shocked than everyone else. And why would she be? This is the same mom who signed Jojo up for Dance Moms, fully aware of the drama that came with it. Jessalyn's casualness about Jojo's behavior was baffling. Instead of stepping in to help her daughter maintain a clean image, Jessalyn was there seemingly okay with Jojo getting super wasted on her milestone birthday. It's no surprise that she was mentioned in that expose by her ex-OMG Pop members, pointing fingers at her management style.
Who is that?
That's Jojo Siwa, and she's drunk off her ass.
Jessalyn, have you learned nothing? The big question on everyone's mind is whether this is a part of JoJo's rebranding effort, or is she trying to shed her child star image and embrace a more adult persona? If that's the case, her behavior at Disney was a massive misstep. It wasn't the bad girl flex that she was aiming for. It was messy and disappointing. She was like the always drunk uncle at family gatherings, breaking every glass in his way while lying about discovering a new species of fish while snorkeling in the Caribbean. Jojo, litty as a kitty, seemed to think that turning 21 meant that she had to compensate for all the years that she couldn't drink. This was her milestone, but unfortunately, she was turning it into a spectacle.
A new era of life, we're becoming an adult.
It gets worse, y'all. Another clip surfaced showing her in a state that can only be described as embarrassing. In the video, Jojo is all over the place looking uncontrollably restless and clearly under the influence. This behavior, especially in public at a place like Disney, was not just concerning, it was downright pitiful. Jojo Siwa, the rainbow-clad, high-energy performer who once charmed audiences with her bubbly personality, was literally a shadow of her former self. On her birthday. Literally a typical Hollywood celeb downfall. And before someone says we're reading too much into it, we've all seen too well how alcohol and substance abuse has taken down many stars before. And it usually starts out like this. So it completely makes sense that fans were worried Jojo might be heading down the same path. Literally every video that came out of her Disney birthday makes it clear that Jojo was trying to push the boundaries, but she was pushing them in the wrong direction. Instead of rebranding herself as a mature artist, she was coming off as reckless and out of control. And remember, loves, it is not enough that this behavior tarnished her image. Jojo Siwa has a huge fan base of kids looking up to her for whatever reason. I'd bet my bottom dollar that she met a lot of her fans at Disney. Seeing their idol in such a state was a harsh reality check, and immediately footage of her birthday made it to social media, and the comments were expressing disappointment and concern. Jojo's 21st birthday was supposed to be a celebration, a new chapter in her life. Instead, it turned into a public spectacle that highlighted all the wrong things. While it's understandable that she wants to break free from her past and explore new aspects of her identity, this was not the way to do it. Her antics at Disney were a far cry from the fun-loving, energetic Jojo Siwa that the fans grew up with. It's time for Jojo to take a step back and rethink her strategy. If she wants to stay relevant and respected, she needs to find a way to grow up without falling apart. Jojo is cringe AF. She thinks she's the main character. I honestly believe she wasn't drunk at all. It was all an act. Jojo went from being all unicorn and rainbows to becoming the ultimate lesbian goth pick-me girl. I think Jojo is just going through her emo phase because she never had a normal childhood. Given how she grew up in a concerning environment plus her terrible mom, yes, she is not okay. She should have gone to Vegas if she was gonna act like that, not Disney World. I couldn't agree more with some of these comments because as much as we're noticing this new Jojo Siwa era, she did have a very different childhood compared to many. As a matter of fact, even during her days on Dance Moms, Jojo wasn't like the other girls. Other than standing up to Abby, the other girls weren't particularly fond of her. I remember this scene where all the girls went one by one and they said what they didn't like about her.
First reason is sometimes she's very loud. Sometimes she's off in the group dances, and sometimes she's a little too crazy.
You had some timing issues, sometimes a little too loud.
You take opportunities from people who have been here longer.
Lip sync when you're on stage. Obviously, you're crazy in public.
Oh no, now that I've replayed it, this is kind of sad. It's actually the first time that I noticed some moms are even smiling and nodding their heads. I don't know, guys, but this was bullying. Ugh, I digress. My point was, Jojo has just been different even as a kid. Even after leaving the show, Jojo was still rolling differently. Her outgoing personality and her beau made her a child star, and child, wasn't she always booked? OMG guys, Jojo has always been on our faces, cause even back in the day, you would literally walk into a Target and guess who was there promoting merch, toys, this, that, or the other. People may not like the new bad girl Jojo, but I'm coming to terms with the fact that she's just always been like this.
He named your children?
Fully. I actually have 2 tattoos dedicated to him. This one's dedicated to my baby girl one day. Her name is Freddie. Then this is dedicated to twin boys, Eddie and Teddy. Freddie, Eddie, and Teddy. I want 3 babies. I have my sperm donor lined up.
I guess people have no issue with her outgoing, outspoken nature. It's the fact that she's kind of reduced herself to a meme right now, and anytime Jojo is mentioned, it's always out of controversy.
I got a question. If you could have one heaven phone call, this is a random heaven phone call.
I'd love to hear your opinions about this whole circus loves, and don't forget to turn on that notification button. See you in the next video.